Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Hannah and I am going to be attending the University of Cambridge in about 2 weeks to study psychological and behavioral sciences at Corpus Christi. It's a very exciting time and all I can think about is getting there because I'm sick of being at home, you know? It's been 6 months and I'm over it. I'm so over summer right now and I want to learn and read, and so I'm making this YouTube video because I want to make some university content. So I'm super excited to make this video today because I thought I should keep myself accountable for the goals that I want to complete or what I want to do this year, so I can get as much as I can out of the experience of going to Cambridge and studying my course and just getting to know people. I'm hoping I can grow as a person as much as I can, and I'm so excited. The point of me making this video though is to keep myself accountable because there are things out there saying that if you write it down you're like 10 times more likely to complete it. So I thought, what if I videotape myself and post it to the public? That should keep me accountable, you know? But I like the idea of making this video so that in the end of this year I can go over and be like, did I do this? I can also go through it throughout the year and say, do I need to work on this? Because, you know, sometimes goals aren't straightforward. Progress isn't like this. It goes up and it goes down, or maybe it never went up and you need to work on making it go up, you know what I mean? So that's the point in today's video. I'm going to share my goals for this academic year at Cambridge. I'm going to split the type of goals into 3 different categories. So my academic goals, my social goals, and then my personal goals, which are more just like miscellaneous that I didn't know which one to put them in, or like they pertain to both. So just anything I want to do for personal growth reasons or whatever. Let's get straight into it. So we'll start with the social goals. My first social goal is to meet new people, which is very general, but as quite an introverted person, I need to write it down because, you know, sometimes it's so easy to retreat into your little self-bubble thingy and you just forget other people are around, and that you're there to make friends and to meet new people and to talk to as many people as possible because you never know who you're gonna meet. Everybody just wants to make friends, and so I just need to remember that and be like, we're all in the same boat. Everybody wants to talk to me. No one thinks I'm stupid. So my second goal is to join as many clubs that sound interesting to me as possible. I phrased this goal as join clubs like it's nobody's business because I feel like the more clubs you join, the more people you're going to be exposed to and more likely you'll find a lifelong friend. So I'm excited for that. So the groups that I want to join are rowing, which I realize isn't necessarily possible for the first term, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to push forward, and once things are open, I'm going to go do it. I know there's some groups that pertain to my subject that I'll join, and I want to join choirs, and I want to join orchestras, and I realize all of this is all a bit hindered by the fact that coronavirus has hit during the start of my university career, but no matter. I'm going to stay positive. I'll eventually get to start meeting people, and I'll try to attend as many Zoom calls as I can to meet people as I can. Or as I can stomach, because Zoom scares me. So my second goal, which I think kind of lends itself to my previous goal, is to never go a day without leaving the staircase. So the staircase is where I'll be living. It's like your flat. And I want to make sure that I leave that area once a day, assuming I'm not in quarantine. Because I feel like it's so easy, especially if all my classes are going to be on Zoom, or not Zoom, or whatever online call it is, you can just get stuck being in your room, and if I'm making food or whatever there, I don't have to leave. But I want to make sure I leave my staircase, whether that's to go to the hall place or to go for a walk across the bridge, because I love bridges and I want to walk across so many bridges, or to go to a library because I'm done studying in my room. So another social goal that I have is to do things outside of my comfort zone. So that's a little vague, but I feel like once I get there, when I spot an opportunity and I feel uncomfortable about it, I want myself to think about this goal that I've made for myself right now and say, you know what? It's gonna make me feel uncomfortable, but it's gonna make me grow as a person, so I'm gonna do it. And I want to try to do that. It's not really a measurable goal. It's just it's going to be more of a feeling-like thing, and I want to be able to say, then when I check in with this video, that I have in fact done things that made me feel uncomfortable, because comfort isn't growth. And so if I want to grow as a person, and whether that's socially or even academically, I need to do things that make me uncomfortable, and that can happen a lot. So obviously that means not doing things that are like dangerous or anything, but like some talking in a large group can make me feel uncomfortable sometimes. So making myself do that, or like going out clubbing with someone, if that ever opens up and like I get invited along. So instead of saying no because it's easier to, I should say yes. So yeah. So that ends my social goals, which leads me into my academic goals. So my first academic goal is to work within a schedule. I want to create like a plan that I stick to fairly regularly. I realize things change and I won't always have the same amount of work, but I'd like to work at like a 9 to 5 schedule, not 9 to 5 particularly. I'd rather wake up early and finish early, because I want to separate my lay down, relax time from my academic time. So I want to be able to, when I'm taking a break, feel like I'm taking a break. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel guilt over enjoying my time when I'm not doing work. So you know what I mean? So I like academic time and enjoyment time, or happy time, or whatever you want to call it, they're separate. And so by creating a schedule, whether that's waking up at 7 o'clock and working till 4, 3, or 2, and then just hanging out with friends in the evening, or whatever I do, then I just keep it that way, and then I don't feel guilty. And that doesn't have to stay the same every day, but if I like plan it at the day before or that evening, that can just help for feelings of guilt and also just being on top of things. Because if you follow a schedule, I don't know, you feel better, I hope, I think. So my second goal is to not procrastinate. I know that is like the number one problem among students is procrastination, because it's not a good time. You know, when you've got an essay due the next day and all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. So if I just do the work when I get it and not get behind on my work, which I know is unavoidable, that I will at some point get behind on my work, and I need to be accepting of that, which is my third goal really, is to be accepting of when things do go wrong, because you know, things are out of my control and I can't expect to be in control all the time when I'm entering such a new and different and strange environment, and it's being nice to myself, because you know what, it's the first time I'm alone and I have to be in charge of feeding myself, my academics, my room needs to be clean, that's all up to me, my laundry has to be cleaned, I have to keep track of all these different things, and it's the first time in my life, and you know what, things will go wrong and that's alright. But to make things like that go better, trying not to let that inner lazy person, is it the ID, the id? It'd be really bad if I got that wrong, the id, take control. If I just think logically and get the things done, things might go smoother. That will help me also keep to my plan, because when you procrastinate, then you've procrastinated your plan, and if your plan's procrastinated, then your enjoyment time's gone, and then you feel guilty when you take enjoyment time. And I realize there's a better word for enjoyment time, but that's the only word I'm coming up with right now on the spot, so we'll stick to it. I like it. So I've now listed my first, second, and third goal. My fourth goal is to have an organized life plan. That sounds weird. So basically, I already said that I want to like plan my days out / like follow a schedule, but I want to have everything written down in a planner and / to-do list so that I don't miss things. I am so worried / paranoid that I'm going to miss like a lecture, or probably won't miss a lecture because those are fine, but if I miss like a supervision, or I miss some important meeting, or what if I have, I don't know, I don't know what university is going to be like, but I'm afraid something important is going to happen and I'm going to miss it because I'm bad at remembering to look at things like and putting them in the calendar. I'm the worst at putting things in the calendar. So if I have like 2 points of things that I write things down, I'll have my daily like planner journal and on my to-do list, and then I'll have my calendar. And if I write all of those things down and I plan, I shouldn't miss anything. So really, that fourth goal is to not miss things because I'm organized. Organization. So my fifth goal is a little bit more like something I can actually like measure, and having said that, I don't want to be mean to myself and I want to just make it through this year. I do have a specific grade in mind that I'd like to achieve, because I do well when it comes to like a certain number that I want. Like I know I wanted so many 9s in my GCSEs, and I wanted to get so many A stars in my A levels. And so having those goals and having a specific thing I want to work towards is good, and so I told myself that I'd really like to achieve at least a 2.1 in my first year. Like, that would make me so happy, and I feel like just having that goal will help push me further. Honestly, I kind of want a first, but I feel like I can't expect that, especially because I don't know what university's gonna be like. It could be so difficult and I might barely scrape by, especially as it being Cambridge and having such short terms. Like, I don't know, maybe I won't do well under pressure, but I am going to try my absolute hardest, and hopefully at the end of the year when I see this video, I am not disappointed in the grade that I received. So hopefully, future Hannah who's watching this, you are happy and you're not cringing at what I'm saying right now. Okay, so that's the end of my academic goals. Whoop whoop. Let's move on to my personal goals. So my first personal goal is to not watch Netflix and Amazon or really much YouTube while I'm at university. Because they're only 8-week terms, I feel like it's perfectly reasonable to delete these things off my phone and just stay focused on my academics and being socially aware of people around me and just interacting with people and doing as much as I can to, you know, not be sad. I feel like the moment I start falling down the Netflix hole or the Amazon binge sesh, I am going to start feeling very isolated and lonely, and it will only be my fault. So if I delete these things off my computer and my phone, I feel like I'll be less tempted, and yeah. Like, I'm not saying no whatsoever. I'm gonna keep Disney Plus because I want to watch the Halloween movies when Halloween comes around. Even if no one's going trick-or-treating, I feel like I need to embody the Halloween spirit and watch the Halloween movies. So, yes. But I feel like, yeah, keep that to a minimum. I don't want to be doing my essays and watching TV. I can focus when I'm at university. We'll see how well that goes. I may be laughing at myself in the future. I feel like I can watch as much TV as I want when I'm out of term, but hopefully just not watching TV during term will make me not want to watch it much after, because does anyone else feel like they watch TV purely because they have nothing else to do because they're too lazy to like go find hobbies? Is that just me? I don't know. Okay, we'll move on from that. So my second goal is relates to something that often falls through the cracks for me, but I really enjoy, and that is reading. It is my goal to read at least one fiction book a term. Like, that's a really small goal. I feel like I can attain it, and I really like that it's something I can actually measure, but I feel like if I've set the goal to read at least one fiction book, or a book that I enjoy, it doesn't have to be fiction, but just a book that I will enjoy a term, then I will make time for that, and then maybe I'll read more. Okay, so my final goal, and I'm not sure how feasible it is going to be with all the coronavirus stuff, but maybe I think it'll be attainable. But I want to go to as many libraries at Cambridge as possible. I find libraries so fascinating, and I don't want to revise in my room all the time or just do my homework in my room. I want to leave, and I feel like having changes of scenery and going to as many libraries as possible would be interesting. So that means going to like the psychology department's libraries, my college libraries, as many other college libraries. Can you even go to other college libraries? Like if I go with a friend. So I feel like I should make a list of all the libraries I go to. So every time I go to a library, I put it down on the list. And so at the end of my year or after the 3 years, I can be like, I've been to 15 libraries. Like, that would be so cool. So yeah, we'll finish that on that note. I am so excited to go to university, and I can't wait to take you guys all along with me. 2 weeks is a long time to wait, but I think I can do it. I hope you enjoyed listening to all of my random goals for this year. Please do like and subscribe, and hopefully there'll be more content coming your way from Cambridge. Bye!